want to lift the person up.
The history of the ducking stool spans many centuries during the Middle Ages. The idea behind this machine is to deliver a public reprimand to anyone who misbehaves or speaks their mind.
Even though men occasionally were punished using the ducking stool, this is one of the methods that was geared primarily towards women.
Nagging wives, quarrelsome neighbors, and gossiping women each endure the humiliation and horror of the ducking stool.
As far as a punishment is concerned, this seems a little harsh for simply arguing with your husband, but it was a very different time back then, and they definitely had different standards.
The person who had been convicted would have been forced to sit into the chair, and the person would have been dunked into a body of water. And the body of water could have consisted of anything from the town well to nearby stream to even a cesspool.
There's no sewage system. You're dealing with people who probably don't know how to swim, don't bathe that often. There's tons of bacteria in this water. Water is not a clean thing for you. It's much safer for you to stay dirty. There's much less chance of you getting sick.
Most dunking sessions lasted an entire day, as long as the victim didn't die first.
When you're lowered into that water and you get the shock of that cold, your blood will start rushing away from your limbs to try to warm your core. Your respiration will try to speed up because you're holding your breath. Your brain is becoming oxygen starved. It's eventually going to be an involuntary reflex. Your body will breathe, whether you're underwater or not.
Both the fear of drowning and the threat of public humiliation make the ducking stool an effective deterrent. Since the device is easy to build and use, any town can enforce its strict code of social conduct.
It was a town spectacle. Everybody in the town came to see this person being dunked, this person being punished for her crimes, either real or imagined.
The whole premise was to raise the person up and dunk them into a river. Due to the fact we're not by a river, we constructed a Lexan box. This tank actually holds 700 gallons. So we're gonna lift this up and we are gonna dunk it into the tank. Okay, we're gonna dunk our dummy. And he's gonna float. Okay, since the foam dummy is too buoyant, our solution is we are gonna get another dummy that weighs 185 pounds that doesn't have foam on it, so it should sink like a rock. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and try this again. Yep. Up we go. Okay. Oh. Okay, commence dunking. All right, now it's gonna loosen up. There we go. Yeah. Just like go. There he goes. Yep.
Oh, he's filling up. That's good.
So just keep ducking him up so he can take a breath. Dunk him back in. Right now it's so easy because the water is actually pushing up because of buoyancy and helping me out. It's taking most of the load out of the system. I would have never been able to find out how long the victim was actually in the water or how long I was ducking him under the water because my entire view was blocked by the actual lever arm. I could definitely see how people drowned in this situation.
The ducking chair sees prolific use for hundreds of years. At one point, it's against the law for a town to not have a functional ducking stool.
The last time it was used in the United States was in 1818. And in fact, the punishment was still on the books in New Jersey all the way up until 1889.
Mechanical technology rapidly advanced during the Middle Ages. But torture and execution devices cast a dark shadow over this era. Craftsmen exploited the principles of torque, inertia, and leverage to create some of history's most malicious machines.
接下来，贝尔品尝了蜜糖的滋味，这代表加利福尼亚沙漠不再险象环生了吗？仔细观察，用心学习，赢得生机。荒野求生秘籍，接着播出。